So last night the last time we talked, we had taken sales in this area, and before any of this had happened, we had our fib drew to here. Before that, I actually had it here, right? Which is why my ending point was where it was. But then we were able to drag it on down, and now we're starting to get some. We ended up getting more sales last night. That ended up happening because Iran started striking U.S. bases, which gave us this spike down at open. So I sent out to the group, I'm like, hey, we're probably going to have some risk off market for the rest of the afternoon. It would really surprise me if we didn't. And since they kept firing at each other, none of that stopped. I ended up taking these sales, and I ended up cutting them right when this candle wicked up. And that was because about 6 o'clock here just a second ago, you've got Trump working on a deal with Iran. Working on a deal with Iran. Stock market is doing well. I think he even said that inflation wasn't very high. That he was going to be talking to Atola soon. Yeah, we have very little inflation. So that's sending the dollar down a little bit. And it's giving us a push up back in gold. So maybe we get this push up back to zero. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see if this holds. To be honest, I don't expect it to. I expect something more like this. Let this pop up from his podcast talks this morning. And then do we see this fall before we get actual good news to continue those buys? Because him just saying I am in talks, you're not telling us much. Because being in talks apparently did not stop you, both of you, the US and Iran, from firing on each other. So that's my update for this morning. I'm going to see what else he's got to say. And also, so you've got the BOJ. They've been talking about raising rates for a while. But with the dollar being so strong and the yen, it's weakening the yen, right? They're talking about doing intervention. The SNB, which is the Swiss National Bank for the Swiss franc currency, is also talking about their willingness to intervene in the FX markets. So, depending on what happens there, we could actually see that happen maybe by the end of the week into next week. So I'm really watching USD Chef, USD JPY. Currently, we're just going to wait and see if we do get a pop up past this trend line. It'll tell me we're coming back to here first. And we'll go from there. We're just following headlines. So I will update you if something happens.